Welcome to Business Wings Podcast, the business resource for the budding entrepreneur.
Hi, this is Sally Grant at Business Wings, and today we're talking to Kevin Uphill, the Managing Director of Avondale, one of the UK's leading business brokers, about business exchange and how buying a business could be the most guaranteed route to wealth. For Avondale, how strong is the market looking for business buyers at the moment?
Yeah, it's still pretty good. I think, surprisingly, given the bad press in the marketplace at the moment, in general in the economy, I think essentially because people are not getting any return on their money on deposit, stock market is not looking particularly attractive and not looking necessarily as though it's going to go anywhere. Property, yes, it's done its worst, but there's still another 5 or 10% to come off.
So buying a business looks...
Yeah. How are you going to get your money? Where are you going to make your money? What's the one thing you can count on? That's your hard work, isn't it? So buy a business, grow it. Best route to wealth. It's the most guaranteed.
So there are people who still have cash out there, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they are coming along. Are the buyers coming with an expectation that they can get not something for nothing, but that they can get a bargain in the current climate?
I don't think there's any doubt that prices are softer than they were. So, your price of your business might be down slightly, but it's not going to be down relative to the other asset you'd actually go and buy. So from their point of view, they're actually possibly quids in.
Have you noticed that sellers are more realistic about what they can achieve?
I think you've got a lot of sellers who are out there who, I'll sell if it's top dollar. And I think, that causes them to reflect on, do they really need top dollar? Why do I need top dollar? You've got retirement sellers who are 65, still looking at the next 5 years of relatively lean times, going, we've done this, we don't need to be doing this. And I think they are more flexible than they were previously. And of course, the buyers are aware of that. Mm-hmm. So buy low and sell high is the old concept.
Where would you say the buyers are coming from at the moment? Is it companies buying other companies, entrepreneurial individuals?
What you tend to find is you've got your entrepreneur. They're management buy-in people. They're well connected. They've done it before. Company doctors, they've built up businesses. They don't want to necessarily use their own money to do it. They're going to try and finance it as much as possible, but they have got a bit of money, and they understand that. If you buy right and sell right, you can make a lot of money over the period. And they're much more about that delivering, buying acquisitions deliver shareholder value than it is perhaps about the profits that it makes. So the key is to buy using the profits to finance the deal, but to buy where you can add value to the business and grow the capital shareholder value. And because, of course, the tax regime is pretty favourable when you come to sell, that's the real route to wealth.
Have you had anybody who's come with financing from the bank?
We're still doing cash flow loans. We're still working with RBS, Alarms and Leicester, doing a little bit with Santander Group in the background. But these guys know they should be lending, but still very focused on restructuring their setup. So, you've got a mixture of financing as well. You've got asset-based lending in terms of lease-back lending. You've also got factoring, invoice discounting being looked at. The other one which I think is going to come forward, the government's small firms loan guarantee scheme. The SFLG has fallen very much out of favour, but government have relaunched under something called EFG, which is the Enterprise Finance Scheme, where you've got a good management, good business, good fit in those two, i.e. they understand each other, but the security isn't there to hit the deal value, at which point the government say, well, we'll back it. I think savvy entrepreneurs will be leading their banks down the road into sorting this out. But the banks have been slow.
Any change in the type of business that seems to be having people's interest?
We've got a recession on. There are winners and losers in every recession. We've got a client we're talking to there in search engine marketing. Search engine marketing's up, TV advertising's down. Search engine marketing is trackable, it's affordable, nobody watches telly anymore, they're all on Google.
Finally, have you noticed any regional trends in terms of business buying in particular areas?
Sector-wise, because I'm done across sector, we always get a fair picture on this situation. I think, there always remains a very steady interest, manufacturing and...
Even though manufacturing shrunk now, 16% of the total GDP.
Yeah, but what's gone wrong with the country is that you've got too dependent on the financial sector and we stopped making things.
It's not a balanced economy.
It's not a balanced economy, so we have to get back to making some stuff like the rest of Europe, and we have to export it because the pound's going to stay low. And I think people are in a position where they can see that. And if you make stuff well, then can get on and grow. The other advantage of manufacturing is you normally got a good net asset values, and you've got something to go against in terms of security, whereas I think you buy a recruitment company, they're hard to finance.
Business Wings Podcast, the business resource for the budding entrepreneur.